In this video, we're going to continue with Live Home 3D, exploring other features and how we can refine and manage the walls a little bit more. So I'm going to go for a new file and okay, let's continue here. I don't want to save, so I want to start all over and I'm going to continue here. So first of all, I'm going to go in the 2D space here, not 3D at the moment, just 2D. And I want to create a wall, and then I want to apply also some doors. Now to apply a door, you can just click and drag into the space, but it's going to be like floating around. So this is not really good. We always need like a host for the door or a wall. So I'm going to delete with the delete key, and I'm going to go up here and start drawing something in my drawing, which is at the moment completely blank and white. So I'm gonna go and select a wall, and as I saw in the previous lesson, I can use a room, I can create a straight wall, I can also create an arc wall or a curved wall, which I'm gonna show you in this lesson. Also from here you can create floors and ceilings, and also openings. You can also create openings in the wall using the door or just cutting through the wall. So I'm just gonna go for a simple room, click and define the room. So once you create a room, it's basically a set of, let me change here, I was in the materials, I wanna see the object properties rather than the materials on the right side panel. So when you create something, we saw that it creates an assembly. So if I use the select, then I can go and select, if I double click, I can enter, select a specific part of this element like this, double click, and this one is a wall and it has its own thickness, its own length. So you can check here the length. You can also modify the length from here, which is more precise than drawing quickly here in the 2D space, even though it's pretty precise. But for example, if I want to increase the length of this wall, I want to make like a 6 meter wall, I can press 6, I can press enter, and now this is going to be exactly a 6 meter wall. And this other one here is going to be, let's say, 4, and enter. So I can be really precise using the numbers here and the parameters in the object properties panel. So let's continue. I'm going to create a straight wall, pretty simple. And now I want to create a curved wall. So instead of continuing here, I press the escape and exit the command. And I want to go like, let's say I want to go here. And now I want to create a piece that is a curved wall. Also, I want to click on this little point, little grip. I want to click and drag. I want to make this a little bit smaller so I can create the curve right here. So I'm going to go and now create an arc wall. So I'm going to start from this point. You can see it's helping me with the snaps. And then I'm going to end here. And now I can create the curved wall. And you can see in terms of curviness, you have like degrees that will help you to define the way you are creating this arc. So this should be 90, should be good. And also creates, as you can see, little pieces of wall. Now you can change the curved wall directly from here. So I'm going to explain all the other parameters, but for the curvature, you find it here. So you have curvature, you can change the curvature from here, you can adjust it from here, and you can be precise, like set it exactly to 90. And then you have segmentation. If you decrease the segmentation, you're going to have less pieces of wall, but it's going to look more faceted with more faces. If I increase the segmentation, I increase the number of pieces, and the more I increase it, the more it gets nice and curvy and smooth. It's always a wall, so it cannot be like totally curved. It's always going to be like made out of bricks in a way, so it's going to have, they're going to show a little bit. Okay, so let me explain all these others. So I'm going to select and go here. So thickness, we already explained the thickness in the previous video. So I can increase the thickness of this wall. But this is going both ways. in the external side and internal side. It has two arrows. If I want to expand only on one side, let me make this again small. I need to click on this. So if I now increase, you can see it's increasing the size only on one side of the wall, which we can call it the external side. And if I decrease it, again, same way. I can also click and hold. Okay. And if I change, I can extend this internally instead of externally. So I can switch side anytime. Let me fix that part that has an awkward corner. Now let's go for the length. So now it's selecting the room. So if I click one time, you remember it's gonna select the room. But if I double click, I will be able to select a wall. Let me extend this a little bit. So if I want to extend it from here, I can click and drag. If I want to extend it, I can use this grips, or I can use the numbers. So let me again double click on this wall, and I can use the length. And this is going to expand. Well, let me delete this extra piece. So I'm going to delete the delete key, select this again. And so now it's expanding both ways. If I want to make it expand only on one side, you can see now it's expanding both ways. So if I want it to expand only on one side, I can choose, let me select this for example, let's select this. You can see now it's going to increase the size, and it's going down, as you can see. So you can expand on one side, you can expand on the other side. Well, in this case, it's going like always the same way because it's kind of limited in there. But if I do like this, you can see that now it's expanding down there, and with this other arrow is going up. So if I click both, it's gonna go both ways. Now let me place a door in here. So I'm gonna click and drag. And you can see it's snapping to the walls. This is why I said you need a nose for the door. And you can see the curved walls are not actually good if you don't have like a big part, a big face where you can put the door. So let's say I'm gonna enter from here. So this is one way you can create an aperture. The other way is like if I want to create an aperture between these two rooms, I can just click and drag here and make a space to pass through. And then maybe I can create another part of another piece of wall like from here, and that's the aperture right there. And well, this is not the same width, so it needs to be fixed. So to fix it, I'll select it and do 0, 25 and press enter. So if I want to see this in 3D, I can go in the 3D world, and there you go, it's already there. But let's say it is not framed into the 3D view. So what you can do is right click and do show in 3D. And this is going to go there and frame the object you're working with. Let me orbit a little bit, and let me move the side with the space bar. I hold the space bar and okay, let me just move a little bit up. Well, that's fine. So this is a way we can do it. Also, if you go in the panel here in the project tree, we can also right click and show in 3D from here. So that's another option. Or you can also hide. So you can hide this. You can right click and hide, make invisible also here. Okay. So this is a way you can put the door, but we're going to talk about doors more. You can see we have other parameters for the doors. I want to concentrate on the wall. Now to concentrate on the wall and the various parts of the wall, the refinements, I can use the external view, and then we're going to go in the internal view. So we saw all of this stuff. Well, actually, I can also flip the side of the wall anytime. If I flip the interior should become the exterior and all the way around, but is not flipping it at the moment. So let me try to go here on the inside. Yeah, I flipped this wall, you see. I don't know. Oh, and then if also flip this, you see. So you can select a side and like flip that side. Let me try with this other one, flip. Okay, you can see it has flipped. Well, anyway, we can also change it anytime using different materials. So if I go to the materials, yeah, try with some, well, I can use glossy paint or matte paint. Let's go for simple matte paint. So I'm gonna go for beige, or I can go with orange. And this kind of flat. So let me try with some other material here. Well, let's go for wallpapers, maybe. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit better. So I'm gonna click and drag, and okay, so you can see I changed the material again. Okay, and you can see down here we have the moldings. So to change the molding, you have like 4 different moldings. So 2 on the internal side and 2 on the other side. So let's select the first one. Let's try to increase this, and you can see it's this right here. This is the one we are modifying right now. So I can change the thickness, and I can change the height, and I can change the type. And also, so this one here, this is going to be on the top. So that's the other one on the top that I can change. And the other 2 will be on the other side, but they work exactly the same way. Now, if you have this little like minus sign, it means you don't have anything applied in there in terms of finishing. So if I go here, you can see I can remove it. I can also reset the size to the original state, or again, I can remove it with the minus sign. So these are all parts of the wall that you can change and you can manage. I'm gonna stop for this lesson right here. We're gonna continue with the following lesson in the other videos. So subscribe to stay updated. Join the channel if you want to thank us, support us. Check our other courses in architecture, 3D design, 3D modeling, 3D rendering, and much more that you will find in the various playlists in the channel. Thanks again. See you in the next video.